people all over the world. We can make a difference. Woman, man, boy, or girl.
Hi everyone, I'm Janeece and I'm on the set with the amazing, the very talented and handsome Jason Jett.
Thanks for having me.
Well, Jason, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show. And I got to say this has been a really big year for you.
Thank you.
You're
been
welcome.
a fun year.
Absolutely. It's a pivotal year in that you actually quit your day job and you're doing music full time now.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
So rewarding. The greatest gift from God. Besides you.
Well, Jason, well, thank you very much. And Jason, do you ever get up in the morning and feel like,
No.
maybe?
No. Never. Ever.
Well, that's really good to know. Now, of course, as your mom, I have to say that I have seen considerable growth and development in you over the past 12 months.
You've been paying that much attention?
Well, it's just so obvious.
Well, thank you. Wow.
It's really, it's not something that I looked for, but it's just something that I was observing. I'm thinking, he's just his decision-making process, his approach to life, your approach to life it seems different. It just seems more thoughtful, just more strategic. It just seems more smarter, to be very honest. So tell me, do you see that in yourself?
I mean, I definitely think that, yeah. I do. I'm not going to come with this long drawn answer, but no, I definitely, I've been working for the last few years and trying to develop my mentality, and I think that, a lot of situations that I've been in have helped me in that process, and now I'm at a point where I get to really practice what I've been learning, and so, yeah, I'm very grateful for where I am now, for sure.
Recently, you got an opportunity to open up for some really big artists like Eric Roberson, Dwelle, and of course, a few years back, Anthony Hamilton. How has those shows helped prepare you for what's next?
I mean, they're very extremely pivotal. I love those opportunities and those platforms because it gives me the chance to, see how I measure up to, not only, my local artists, but, bigger independent artists and bigger major artists as well. And to see that, I'm getting, the feedback that I'm getting at these shows just from doing pretty much all original music. I mean, it's amazing. It's truly remarkable. I could only imagine, even if I threw some covers in there a few times, how much more, of an experience it would be. But to see the support I've gotten, it's very awesome, incredible.
Well, a few years ago, you made the big move to New York, and you were working with a team based out of New York that had really great connections with some heavy hitters in the music business. Right. Now, you're at the helm of your own ship. You're in control.
Yeah.
How does that compare?
Oh man, it's a lot of pressure, a lot of weight on my shoulders. But it's the number one thing for me. And I have to stay prayed up and stay, meditated and all of that, and stay up to date and with myself, because the thing that keeps me going is vision, and I don't depend on other people to make my dreams come true anymore. And it's very important to have vision, and for that, it makes what I'm doing a lot easier. And because of it, I'm starting to see how, the universe is creating everything. It's putting everything in my path that I need for my greater good, for my success, And so, I don't have as many fears or doubts anymore that I'll be where I need to be, So, yeah.
That's good stuff, Jason. We got to take a short break. We'll come back more with Jason Jett.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
It's so shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
Back with Jason Jett, and here's for some of those of you out there who don't know, Jason is my firstborn. He's my baby boy, my big boy,
myself into? Oh my gosh.
whatever you want to call it. And Jason, I never did tell you this story, but of course, when you're on stage, many times you tell people a little known fact about you is the fact that maybe you're the only black man there born in Iceland.
That's correct.
And of course, I just remember being about 220 pounds.
Oh
Your due date was July 3rd, and you actually waited till July 15th to come, which was my birthday, which was obviously one of the greatest gifts, God has ever given me, and I'm very thankful for that. But I got to tell you, when I was pregnant, you just sometimes you don't know what you're going to get. And I just remember, having the C-section, and I was in the recovery room, and by the time I came to,
you got a big head. That's what you got. So.
They brought it to me, and I never imagined, having such a beautiful child. But you were just a beautiful child, and just really a joy, the joy of life. So family, of course, is important to us. And
absolutely.
What does family mean to you?
Oh man, family means the most to me. Family, it doesn't always have to be just blood, relatives to be considered family, but it's those people that genuinely care and appreciate you and understand and do it unconditionally. And, I've been very blessed to have you and my father, Carla, and brothers and sister, and everyone just really has influenced and helped shape who I am, and those experiences, I'm so grateful, very supported. I could not ask for a better family. I would not ask for a better family.
Well, thank you. We really appreciate that. Well, Jason, we know that your dad is an artist.
Mm-hmm.
My parents both are deceased, however, they were both very musically gifted.
Mm-hmm.
Your son, my son, your brother.
My brother.
Jeremy, not your son, my son.
Right.
My brother Jeremy is also, of course, an artist. He raps, he sings, he records, and he's gifted on that guitar. And he got a chance to perform at your last show with Dwelle.
Yeah.
And he was simply amazing. Let's take a look at that.
That show was one of my favorite shows of all time. Jeremy, it's amazing to see his evolution. So, this is my little brother. We're 6 years apart, and he freaking learns how to play guitar on Guitar Hero. And you bought him that, I think, right?
Absolutely. I bought him the Guitar Hero.
Yeah, you bought him the Guitar Hero. And, for certain reasons, he wasn't even, able to play it all the time. But then once he, really started digging into that instrument and just the game, I guess it just started making sense. And, he was learning songs, he was learning Beat It and all these guitar solos in 6 months' time. And so to see him on that stage and see him evolve, oh my gosh, he's a monster.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, I'm really looking forward to more from not just you, but also, of course, Jeremy as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, being that, so much of this music is in the family, how much would you say genetics plays a role in your skill? Does it have anything at all to do, or is it something that you just think just mastered because of your practicing, your consistency in studying music?
Mm-hmm. I definitely think that, talent is necessary. I think genetics plays a big role in being able to hear and articulate things musically, or whatever your gift is. If you're a doctor or a dentist, there are certain things that naturally you do that allow you to do what you do great, right? But at the same time, without proper preparation and practice and rehearsal, it doesn't mean anything, right? I could just be a mediocre singer and keyboardist and producer, but if I don't spend time trying to evolve that craft, then I wouldn't be successful. So I think it plays a role. The talent is one thing in this day and age. It's a very small thing actually now. You can be on the radio or have a music video and not have any kind of message to deliver, not have any kind of vocal talent, have horrible beats, but still, sell millions of records. So, but I think for me, the talent is there. But I think that more important, for me, I have to practice a lot. If I want to be great, I have to, practice hours and hours a day after we're done here. We're practicing. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, Jason, let's get a little bit more personal now. Of course, I know that you're in a relationship. You have a girl. She's a beautiful girl.
I think you always do.
But of course, you don't have any kids now.
Right.
Is that a dream that you have for yourself at some point?
My own mother wants to know. This is a great way to share the news. No kids on the way. Not yet. No. Yeah, I definitely want to. I definitely want to have a couple kids. A few years, I guess.
Okay. So, as a parent, let's just say that you were a parent today.
Mm-hmm.
What would be your greatest concern for your child? Just knowing, where we are in society today, what would be your greatest concern?
I would flip it though. I would think the greatest thing that I would teach them, would be to really, I want them to be independent and be creative and not be influenced by others. I want them to be able to have their own opinion and not be unafraid to voice their own opinion. I think that was something that I really struggled with for a long time. And I think that now I understand that once I understood that that's what I needed to do, then everything started unfolding. So one of the first things I want my children to do is to be like, hey man, you create your own world. You can do what you want. Not really do what you want, but do what you want, whatever idea is.
Wow, awesome. I really like that answer. I really like that. I'm not ready for grandkids, Jason, but I like that answer. Well, Jason, we got to take a short break and we'll come back.
Awesome.
More with Jason J.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you?
You know you do.
That's why we're here. We're free and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Picking a college, man. You and us. We go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos. Go to GetSchooled.com.
We got the Jason Jackson, and Jason, one of the things that you focus on is helping other artists, helping other students, I should say, develop, hone in on their skills. Let's talk a little bit about that, your vocal power, you call it.
Yeah, so vocal power is just it's one of the entities that I do that with, right? And so I have a company that's just incorporated actually called Creative Indie. And Creative Indie is centered around facilitating creative arts and not only just musicians but even dancers and people that might want to be interested in fashion, just anything creative. What do you do? And so vocal power is just one umbrella where we have a vocal boot camp, and it's intense vocal exercises, breathing, articulation, resonance, everything that deals with the voice we go over. And at the end of every class we do what's called a live round. And the live round is really cool because it gives them a chance to perform in front of the class and the audience, and they're forced to really be challenged to work on their stage presence and work through those nerves and those fears that they might have. So that way, when they go out into these little clubs and bars and sing, they have some confidence in being able to deliver a great show, great performance.
And I think we have some footage of that. Let's roll that in for a minute there.
Cool. All right, let me know.
You're good.
I truly believe inside of every person there's an artist waiting to be expressed.
So that was good. I like. Yeah, you got into it. You put the microphone on. You're getting comfortable.
My name is Jason Jett, and I created Vocal Power because I saw something when I moved back to Charlotte, North Carolina.
being in Atlanta, New York, LA, and Orlando, I saw musical scenes that were very profound and very diverse, a lot of different cultures. I saw community and I saw everyone working together. Now, when I moved back to Charlotte, I didn't see that. So this program is centered around helping artists work together, create a sense of community, and also fine-tune each other and be honest and just grow and expose each other to new ideas and new music. And that is the purpose of Vocal Powers. So one thing I noticed that we can work on here is, I think you were a little fidgety at the beginning. I think that was mainly with the mic stand. So some of the things that we work on range from breathing techniques, articulation, to diction, phrasing, performance exercises, and we do a lot of creative exercises that really help the artists and singers do things that they normally wouldn't do. That's good. Y'all give them a round of applause.
The exercises really give me an understanding, like I guess a physical understanding of like how the voice works, and it's got me actually wanting to sing. I usually rap, but it's got me confident in that people like to hear me sing, and that's good to know.
And so that when it's time to perform or get in that studio and lay down songs, they can be very, very creative and very open and very genuine and authentic.
When I came in here, I did not like singing in front of people, and today was the day that we did, the flash mob in front of everybody. So, I really did enjoy it. I learned how to breathe properly, resonance. It's a really good program, and if you're trying to improve, this is for you.
I'm with you. No, I don't know.
There's nothing worse than listening to a song and it's just being inauthentic. So Vocal Power is really, about getting in and just expanding and growing as an artist.
It's not necessary.
Vocal Power is fit for anybody who is trying to just start out singing. They want to pursue music, but they don't really have the tools and understanding. And it's also for the artists that have been doing this for years that just want to fine-tune small things and want to get better at their craft. So in a sense, that's what this is all about.
What's your go-to? And whatever that is, you own it. You do it, and it looks wrong. But I think all the other stuff sometimes just kind of gets crazy, like it's unnecessary.
Jason, musically, you kind of wear a lot of hats. Of course, you are the artist.
Yeah.
And you're a musician, you're a singer, you're a songwriter, but you are a producer. And you are working with other talent in the area, and actually even people have flown in to use your services. Let's talk about your role as a producer. What do you look for when you are looking for talent to produce?
Oh man, that's the first thing I don't do. I don't look for talent. Not anymore. But I definitely, I look to see if an artist has, confidence in themselves. Right, that's a big thing. Understanding that they have a good direction. Some artists don't really have maybe previous songs recorded, or maybe they have some stuff on their phone. But I look for that, I look for that thing inside of me that says, wow, like I want to work with this person. And if I don't feel that thing, then I don't force that thing. You know what I mean? So time is of the essence, but I definitely feel like, in working with other artists in the city and outside the city, like I noticed that a lot of artists are kind of, they're very afraid. And so, when it's time to work on music. And so it's really interesting because a lot of times I feel like a mentor. I feel like a doctor, a musical doctor, because it doesn't always end up just being me being a producer from the standpoint of creating music. It's more of I have to get to know these artists and like really feel them out so that I know what it is that we're creating, because it's a collaboration. You know, I'm helping them get their ideas, so I have to kind of channel their energy in order to get music out. You know, and that's a process, and I can't channel with everyone. You know, I've tried certain types of artists, and under those conditions, it doesn't work. You know, and so you know, that's my thing for artists, and then for producers. You know, I host a beat battle, monthly beat battle, right? It's called Creative Sessions, and we do it at Apostrophe Lounge, and we just had one last night. And it's amazing, because creativity and what I'm trying to do and what I'm doing with other creatives is like I said, trying to facilitate art in the city. And I think that, you know, this sense of community hasn't been felt in Charlotte music-wise. And so doing the beat battles gives artists and producers that never ever heard of each other to start networking and collaborating. So not only is it just allowing that, but cats are making music and making money together too. So I mean, that's really cool.
That's awesome, absolutely, and the city really needs that.
Yeah.
They really need that. Now, you've got a big year coming up. The new year is right around the corner. Let's talk a little bit about your new project and also some upcoming shows.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm actually about to finally release a project. This is my second album project, full-length project, 12 songs. It's entitled The Great Escape. And I don't even think you knew that yet, did you?
I might have had just a little hint. You might have given me just a little hint.
So this project is, I'm very excited about it. You know, this is music that I've harbored for some songs actually I've harbored for maybe 4 or 5 years. And some of the music is as new as a month ago. And it's just amazing to kind of see how, you know, I can put songs from 4 or 5 years ago on this project, and they still, like, without me having to change them, they still fit right in the flow with the new stuff I'm creating. It's truly remarkable to make music like that lasts. So it gives me more comfort and ease. So I'm excited about, you know, the release. It'll be in January. January 7th is the official release party.
Honestly, I didn't even see it coming, you know. It's just like it hit me one day, the idea of being an artist. You know, I've been making beats my entire life, since the age of 10. By the age of 20, I already had 300 songs in my catalog, you know, just instrumentals. And I looked up to Timbaland and Pharrell and, you know, the greats, and was like, you know, I'm just gonna be a dope producer. But, you know, little did I know I was gonna turn into an artist. I remember when I was first starting out, my dad bought me Cakewalk, and that's how I used to make my songs. And he always told me, he was like, yo, Jason, man, it's cool to learn other people's records, but you need to make your own. And, you know, that really stuck with me. And, you know, I can definitely say it's paying off now, man. And, you know, being able to do concerts where I'm performing all original music and people rocking with me like they heard the records before, it's the most rewarding feeling in the world. It really is. I mean, you know, there are no shortcuts, really. You know, it's a formula, you know, and you can't skip any steps. You know, it doesn't matter how much talent you have, how much skill you have. It all boils down to your discipline and perseverance. What are you willing to give? What are you willing to, you know, to pursue? You know, what are you willing to sacrifice? And it took me a long time to understand it, and it's still honestly something that I'm still working, but you know, it never dies. It never changes.
Oh, yeah. I wonder why, oh why, oh why we keep on stalling. So we might as well get this thing on with.
I want to say thank you so much again, Jason.
Thank you
You're
so much
always
for
such
having
a great guest. I really appreciate you being on the show. And of course, I wish you, as usual, the very, very best in life.
Absolutely. You
And
too. Always.
thank you so much, viewers, for tuning in. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook. Check us out on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter. See you next time.